Hello. Same place, another time, still in my kitchen, but today with a different message. How many times have you heard the terminology you need to push through? It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman listening to this right now, and everything that comes in between. This video is not about gender because energy is not gender specific. But as a woman living in this society, as a woman knowing other women, I have heard it a lot of times. And I know that also men have heard this terminology probably as much as women have. As women, I have made the experience that no matter the circumstances, no matter the struggles, the challenges we face along our ways, our paths, it is important to keep on shining. There are even postcards that have this sentence. At least in Germany, we have them. You can actually buy them, I think, probably in every shop where you can get cards. There's at least one card that says, if you fall, put your crown back up and continue walking. Something like that. And as a woman, this resonated with me very strongly because a lot of years I have heard from other women inside my own family that even if things are tough, you just put your makeup on, keep on shining, don't let them see your tears because we are strong women. We need to push through. The same is true for men. How many times have we heard that men need to be strong, that men should not allow the tears to fall, but instead to be strong and to push forward? So what do we all have in common if we hear this phrase, or if we find that this sentence, this phrase resonates with us? Well, what's underlying that sentence, this thought of pushing through, is that we are asked to proactively use force to push through. I like examples with pictures. So if you imagine a door, no matter which door you think of right now, you have probably seen the signs on a door that says push and pull. So if you push the door, it gets open. And you need to use force to push the door in order to make it on the other side, right? So what is underlying in that message is we are asked to use force to push through. Many years I have applied this force. I have used that force. When it was hard, I remembered my grandma, my aunt, other women in society, historical women who have invented new things. I have thought about how do they make it? How can they, no matter the circumstances, always find a way to push through? I found that in those moments when I thought about those women, I found it so strong and so confident. And I always wanted to be like them. It was my goal, it was my drive, it was my motor to be confident and to find ways of pushing through no matter what. Today, I'm sitting in front of you right now, and I have to admit that by pushing through, I haven't noticed a very important truth. Have you heard the sentence or the idea that diamonds are made with pressure? Well, also that is a sentence that I would remind myself of when I'm facing struggles, difficulties, whatever there might be that feels difficult. I imagined myself of being like a diamond. I thought that the bigger, the more difficult things are around me, the more I push through. And I thought that it's part of the process, right? Because if it's easy, I don't need to push through. So sentences like the one with the crown or the one with the makeup or even the one with the diamond were true a very long time. Today I noticed, and not actually today, but in the last time, I was thinking about the image of the diamond, especially. And I came to a new conclusion, one that is very subtle, but that has changed my whole perception of how I view the world. And that is a reason why I want to share that with you today. If a diamond is being created, and I mean a diamond is a stone, but if we want to create, for example, an earring out of a diamond, there needs to be pressure. A diamond is strong, so it requires some kind of force to move the parts that are not necessary part of creating an earring. So force is important. Force is something that comes natural to us. If we think about opening the door, sometimes it's something that we don't even think about. We just use it because it's not only natural that we possess force within us, but depending on the situation, we know how to use force. So going back to the diamond and knowing that we all do possess the force to create an earring, this diamond, if we apply too much force, we will destroy it. The process of using force is not a process of creation. Force is a tool that we can use. But if we use it for the sake of using force, we will destroy whatever comes on our path. So, what makes the diamond become an earring? If we use force together with gentleness, then this is where the magic happens. We can then decide on which pieces of the stone we use the force. And we don't use it in a harsh, push forward way. But instead, we learn gently to apply the force on specific areas of the stone. To create a new form of stone, which can then be used as an earring. So today, I ask you, where in your life have you felt the necessity to push forward no matter what? And I want you to be truly honest to yourself, because I'm sure that there might be moments for you, just as there were for me, where we have applied force because we didn't know better at that time. Because we thought if we push through hard enough, we will get on the other side. We will make it. And if we are looking at our lives and our situations in that way, we can right now apply gentleness to them. And no matter the circumstance, no matter the situation you encounter today, right now as you're listening to this message, next time you want to apply force, try it with a little bit more gentleness. Not for the sake of losing the force, the energy, the fire, but more so to allow gentleness to direct this force to then in the end create something beautiful. Because as last thought, we should not be walking around destroying by applying too much force. But instead, we can all become creators. And the tools that we use, just as it is true for carpenters or to any other profession which is using tools, you can become an expert in using force with gentleness. Because if you combine those two, you will have a tool that allows you to know exactly when to push and sometimes maybe when to pull. So thank you for being here and enjoy your day. See you in the next video.